Hey YouTubers, I just got home maybe about 2 hours ago. I have been gone all day at the doctor since about 1 o'clock. It was somewhat of a long process. Let me just go through some of the steps with you. When I first came in, of course, you check in at the desk. This is at the weight control center. This is the beginning of having the weight bariatrics in process. Okay, you come in, you sign in. They want your information, like your medical credentials, your identification. The place I went to, I had to pay a copay of $99. And then you have a seat. After you have your seat, then you have a nurse or medical assistant that comes and gets you there, and they weigh you in. You get weighed in. I weighed 422. Lost 11 pounds, but I got on the scales for 22. Then they measure your height, which mine was 5'5.5". And then you sit down and they check your blood pressure. My blood pressure was normal. And then they take you to a room. And they gave me some paperwork that I had to fill out, which is basically your medical history, which they ask things like, first questions that just pertain to you, like what kind of ailments do you have, diabetes, hypertension, kidney problems, so forth, cancer, anything of those nature. Then they ask you about any surgeries on the questionnaire, and then they go into your family history, if your mom, father, brother, sister is alive, and if so, do they have any major illnesses like cancer, stroke, hypertension, things like that. So I filled that portion out. And then they go into asking you about your physical activities that you do, which you would consider some form of exercise. And unfortunately, I had nothing to put down for mine. They go into work relations, also asking things like, do you carry a cane, walker, do you need any assistance at home, do you have anyone that lives at home with you, so forth and so on. So that's part of the questionnaire. That's just the questionnaire. They don't go into anything else or whatever. And then after that, the nurse practitioner comes in, and then she asks you the same questions almost, but you can go into more detail with her. And everything that you explain to her about what's hurting you, the pains, want to know your stress level, your medications, and all those things, you can explain that to her in more detail. And then after you explain it in detail, then she will write it down on, well, she's not writing it down, she's actually putting it in the computer as you speak. And then after that, the nurse, the medical assistant will come in, and she is going to find out if you need an EKG done, and lab work. And I did. I had an EKG done about a week ago with my doctor, but they couldn't read it when they faxed it to them, so they felt more comfortable giving me another one. So I had another EKG done. And the interesting part of it was, the medical assistant took me out the room I was in, and they had a chair that reclined back, okay? But she wanted to go and put me on a table. Okay, so I go into the exam room, where after I walk quite fairly a ways, I get there to get on the table, and because I got really bad knees, I'm really nervous about falling or slipping, because even though that won't hurt somebody else, it would definitely hurt me or damage my knees even more. So since I've had my knee problems, I'm real careful and scared about certain situations. But getting on a table is not really a problem, because the tables that I was getting on at my doctor, it's just flat. I don't have to step up on anything. I just get up there and I lay down. So I didn't think it was going to be a problem. But when I went in there, it was one of those tables like he would have if he was going to the GYN or something like that. How embarrassing. I step up on the stepper and lift myself up and the back of the bed comes up. So I'm like, oh my God, I am that freaking heavy to lift this freaking heavy ass bed up. And, excuse me, lift this heavy bed up. And she was like, it's okay, I'll hold it. And you just step on the stepper and then, you know, lie down. But the problem was I had to step up forward. I should have stepped on it backwards. And my problem is when I got on the step, I didn't want to turn around. I just felt like if I slipped or turned the wrong way and came down it, I would hurt myself. And I just told her no. I said no, I can't get on the bed. So she was like, okay, it's not a problem. So she took me to all these rooms that were in use, and she ended up taking me to the room where I was next door. So she took me all the way around the building, which was a mess because I didn't have my cane because I basically need a new one. So all that walking just was havoc on my knees. But anyway, needless to say, we go in there. She put me in a chair, the same freaking chair I had in my room, lean me back and do her procedure, which took a few moments to do. And then after that, I had to go down the hall. You will have to do lab work, like blood work and urine. And I did that, and I was told that I could go home. Now, that's all you're going to have done. It's going to take, you're going to be there at least 2 hours, maybe 2.5. I was there like 2.5 hours. I don't know if it was because they were busy, because a lot of people were saying they were busy, but I was there about that amount of time. And when I got ready to leave, after the nurse practitioner did her exam on me, I explained to her that I did have a heart murmur, or I don't know if I have a heart murmur, but you can hear it. And none of my other doctors like diagnosed me with a heart murmur, but my first primary care doctor could hear it when I first started going to him years ago. And he had me have an echocardiogram, and my heart came out fine. But since then I haven't had any, you know, nothing done when it pertains to that. So the nurse practitioner stops me in the hall and she gives me paperwork, and she wanted me to go see a cardiologist. And this is the paper here. I go see the cardiologist or whatever, and I have to make an appointment. But the good thing is the cardiologist is there at that particular hospital. And then the next thing was I would have to go see or have a sleep study done because of me snoring and waking up so many odd hours in the night. Of course, they think I have sleep apnea. So here's that. The sleep apnea thing. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to put too much information, but this is the slip for that. My, what you call, you know what you call these papers. Referral. This is my referral for that. And then after that, you go and check out. And when you check out, they're going to make you an appointment with two doctor appointments, visits when you come the next time. And it will be with a physician, and you'll actually talk to the psychologist or the psychiatrist. And my next appointment is June the 24th from 1:30 with the physician, and then at 3:30 I see the psychiatrist. And then they make you another appointment with 2 doctors for the next following month, which is July the 8th. And that's at 1:20 for, one is going to be for physical therapy, exercise, and the other one is going to be at 2 o'clock, and I believe that's with the nutritionist. So once you do that, and in the process, I have to go see several doctors so I can have all the paperwork together. When I mean that, besides seeing a cardiologist and going to get the sleep apnea test done, I also need to go, she said, and see my GYN because I haven't been there. I need to get a mammogram because I haven't had that in a while. And I also need to go see my orthopedic for my knees, you know, for the knees. And of course, I have an appointment to see my own doctor Monday. So, I have lots of doctor visits. The only ones right now that I can think of offhand that I would need to see. I don't have any like digestive problems, gastro problems. I don't have GERD. I hear a lot of people that come in, they have indigestion problems. I don't have anything like that. My stomach doesn't hurt. I did have my gallbladder removed several years ago, and I explained to her about my thyroid. So they ran a lot of tests on me, and I guess I'll find out. They said on here, after they run the test, usually the results are back in 7 days. Okay? And then you will receive a letter about any concerns identified. And then they're going to send a copy to your physician, your primary care doctor as well. And then all patients go on a weight loss and conditioning program before any surgery. And the minimum weight goal of 5 to 10% is a preoperatively, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, you have to learn, you won't know until you talk to the doctor, but you will need to lose at least 5 to 10% weight. Okay? And then basically it's a waiting game for your insurance to see if, you know, about what procedure, how long it's going to take, and all that good stuff. So basically, I'm on my way. I have started. I'm very proud of myself. Like I said before, I waited a year because I was scared to have the surgery. It's, you know, it's a scary thing. You know, I've heard so many horror stories and stuff, and it's just a scary thing. Now, I do have some footage of just me there at the doctor's office. I am talking, but for some odd reason, you cannot hear me. So, I'm going to still put the footage on there, and then I will put a typo at the top, a note, and I will tell you what I'm saying. Okay? Because I did want you guys to go with me into there. But when I go back again, I will make sure that you guys can hear me. So, the next time you'll be seeing me will be June the 27th, I believe I told you, or the 24th. And I will tell you more after I see the physician and the psychiatrist. Okay? So, thanks so much for watching. I hope this is helping some of you people that are trying to have the gastro bypass surgery. If there's any questions that you'd like to ask me, please leave them in the comment box below, and I'll try my best to answer to the best of my knowledge of what you may possibly need. Okay? Thanks so much, and stay beautiful, stay plus size, stay confident. Bye. Go. Okay. Just had EKGs, lab work done, talked to the nurse, went through the history, and all that good stuff. So now I'm just waiting for the ride to come, and I'm going home. I have to come back in about 2 weeks, but I'll go into that later. Alright, bye! Hi, I am in the office and I'm waiting to see the doctor. She's gonna run over my history with me, go over some goals, and check me out. So, this is the office. Okay, so that's it for now. After I get done with her, then I'll be back to tell you more. Bye!